3 then, the third and final heat of these 110-metre hurdles. First 2 to go through. Kroeker of Canada, Van der Kuip of Australia, Tony Dees of the USA, Eric Kaiser of Germany, Tony Jarrett of Britain, Emilio Valle of Cuba, Hubert Grossau of Belgium, and Kai Lernen of Finland. Well, the favourite obviously will be Tony Dees, running in lane 3. Personal best of 13:05, the fastest in the field. Tony Jarrett, of course, the bronze medalist from 1993, and Jarrett's got away very well. Both he and G's are up on the rest of the field. Next to them is Valle of Cuba. Dees and Jarrett's coming through. Jarrett takes it on the line and close, but I think Dees just gets it ahead of Emilio Valle.
Well, that was a good run from Jarrett, really. I always thought that Dees was going to be the clear favourite in this particular heat, but he gets a good start. He keeps up with Dees on the first 2 or 3 hurdles, and that's important for Jarrett. He's not known for his fast starting. Valle, they're also up there from Cuba in the red with the long white socks. But even at this stage, Dees is in front. It's only over the last hurdle, really, that Jarrett starts pulling away. It's perhaps even over the last 10 metres or so that he actually goes clear of Dees. You can see there the dip at the line. Jarrett goes clear. Dees, I think, just taking it from Valle of Cuba.
Yes, you're right there. Jarrett's time, 13:14. Dees and Valle, a national record for him. National record for Van der Kuip of Australia also. Finals. Heat 1 includes the favourite for the overall title, Colin Jackson, running in 3. Kazanov, Belakon, Jackson, Shvatov, Krier, Philibert, Cahill and Wojcik. Well, Mark Krier has done very well to come through this year to make the American team. And of course the very tall, very experienced German Florian Shvatov also in contention. Well, Jackson off very well indeed, as he so always is. So too Kazanovs of Latvia on the inside. It's Jackson and Kazanovs. Mark Krier is back at the moment and Shvatov is coming ahead of him. Jackson takes it, Kazanov's on the line. It's the first 2 sure to go through. The others will have to look for fastest loser spots. And that's slightly surprising. Krier only 4th and Shvatov just ahead of him. But wonderful run by Jackson.
A blistering start from Jackson. We always expect that. But I didn't think he was going to see Kazanov up with him on the inside lane there. That was a tremendous first half of the race from him. And I think he puts the pressure on Jackson slightly. Colin really at his best when he's away from the rest of the field without any pressure on him, and really Kazanov running so well on the inside there. He hits that last or second to last hurdle. That takes him back a bit. Colin goes through clear, but Kazanov, a great race there for second, takes that all-important second spot to go through to the next round.
And a national record too from Kazanov's 13:26 behind Jackson's 13:13. Well, the second semi-final then. Tony Lee of China will be the inside, Harpakoski of Finland, Taluk of Great Britain, Kosevsky of Germany, George Boroy of Romania, Jack Pierce of the USA, who's got such a big race temperament and record, then Kovac of Slovakia, and TJ Kearns of Ireland. But look for Jack Pierce going in lane 6. Pierce is off well, so does Boroy of Romania, probably even better. Boroy leads, Pierce coming up close to him, Kosevsky next to them of Germany, Kearns going quite well, but here comes Jack Pierce running really well, running away from this field, and Kosevsky raises his hand in triumph as he sees that he's made it through to the final, but some way back off Pierce.
Well, that was a great race for Pierce, as you pointed out. Boroy got a good start there in the yellow of Romania, and at this stage, Pierce is way back. But his second half of the race is really superb. He really starts motoring over this last 40 metres or so, pulling well away from the rest of the field. Boroy now starts losing a bit of form, and Kosevsky coming through here to take that second place, but no doubting the winner. Pierce is showing superb form, a faster time, and he's going to be very pleased with that going into the next round.
Well, Jack Pierce certainly will. His time there, 13:11, his fastest of the year. He's in form when it matters. Kosevsky second at 13:48. Second quarter-final of the 110-metre hurdles. Kroeker, Torkelson, Chen, Kovac, Harpakoski, Pierce, D'Souza and Owen. Well, Jack Pierce of America will be the favourite in lane 6 as we look at Patrick Torkelson of Sweden. Pierce, a medalist in the last 2 championships. Off well was Kovac of Slovakia and Chen of China inside him. Now here comes Jack Pierce with Harpakoski as well. Kovac going well. Oh, and Chen's a faller at the last hurdle. as Jack Pierce came through to win from Kovac and Harpakoski. The Chinese athlete going really well, but fell. So Jack Pierce goes into the semi-final, winning time 13.35.
Well, Jack Pierce there after a very slow start came through very well in the end. Always a slow starter, that's his main problem. But I think that was fairly...
Second round of the 110-meter hurdles. Gerler, Nsenga, Foster, Kingdom, Clarico, Van der Kuyp, Tulloch and Eriksson. The first four will go through to the semi-finals. The great Roger Kingdom, twice Olympic champion, 84 and 88, former world record holder. He goes in lane 4. Van der Kuyp off well too in lane 6. Kingdom very slowly away. Foster was well ahead of him. Kingdom coming through now, but Van der Kuyp's holding on. And it's Van der Kuyp and Kingdom. Van der Kuyp wins, and Kingdom gets second place. Third was Foster. Fourth, I think, Andrew Tulloch of Great Britain. And a new Australian record for Kyle Van der Kuyp. But look how slowly away Roger Kingdom was in lane 4. Van der Kuyp got an excellent start. Clarico going pretty well. And there's a faller on both sides of the track. Sven Gerler of Germany on lane 1 and Niklas Eriksson of Sweden in lane 8. A dramatic race there. Up front, though, Van der Kuyp and Kingdom. And quarter-final of the 110-meter hurdles, the third one. Peders of Latvia, Lisbeth, Belgium, Valle, Cuba, Philibert, France, Jarrett, Britain, Schwarthoff, Germany, Albin of Sweden, and Kekkonen of Finland. Tony Jarrett away very well, clears the first hurdle, about a metre, going clear of Schwarthoff as well. And Valle of Cuba and Philibert of France. Tony Jarrett coming through to win this in style. Easing down slightly on the line, Schwarthoff almost caught him, looking across. Philibert and Valle also going through an impressive run from Tony Jarrett, third and second in previous World Championships. And he may even fancy his chances for a gold medal in the absence of his compatriot Colin Jackson. He eased down a bit and Schwarthoff almost got him on the line, but this was a good run by those two. Winning time 30. Coming up for the fourth quarter-final of the 110-meter hurdles, Kilonen, Dakshevich, Johnson, Boroy, Bate, Kaiser, Kazanov and Ksilag. Alan Johnson, the favourite, runs in lane 3. Second in the World Cup this year. Last year, I should say. Very slowly away, though. Boroy much faster away outside him, but Johnson coming through now. Kaiser, the German, going pretty well as well, but Johnson a long way ahead. Oh, he stumbled just before the line. Luckily, he recovered. Bate of Cuba came past him, and so too, I think, did Kaiser of Germany, but Johnson certainly will have qualified, probably with Kazanovs of Latvia. Well, Bate looks back. Where did Johnson get to?
Well, look at this. This is the last hurdle, I think, coming up now. He hits it with his trailing leg and goes down. But all credit to him, he pulls himself back up and qualifies. Well, nearly out there for Johnson, but in the end he qualified.
So those are the qualifiers. This is the third time of asking, and there is a false start against Tony Jarrett. There's a disc on his lane number 3. Here's Jarrett. And Jarrett away well ahead of Kingdom. Alan Johnson also going well in lane 6. And it's Jarrett and Johnson. Kingdom between them, getting ahead of Pierce. Johnson coming through now. Johnson and Jarrett very close together. Johnson hits the hurdle, but he still wins. Johnson wins it. Tony Jarrett is in second place. Roger Kingdom is in third, and Jack Pierce fourth. And the time, 13.02. The wind speed just slightly against 0.1. And Johnson has smashed his personal best to take the world title. What a marvellous run. And Tony Jarrett has to settle for the silver medal for the second successive time.
Well, what a performance really from this man, Johnson. Smacking the hurdles quite a lot, especially that last hurdle, but he just kept working hard all the way to the line. That's commitment, that was, because he really hit that last hurdle, Peter, so hard that most other athletes would have gone down.
He did. Didn't seem to affect him too much. His momentum carried it forward, and his time officially shaded to 13.00, the equal fourth fastest of all.